let's put together a Lethal Cosmetics palette. Welcome to everybody watching today. Thank you so very much for joining me. Today I have some new inbits from Lethal Cosmetics for you. They contacted me and asked me if I wanted to receive one of their palettes and some singles to do my own BYOP. They gave me a couple of shades to select from. Sadly, some of them came a little bit broken, so I repressed them. And then they sent me 3 extra ones. So rather than doing a 9-pan, we are going to be building a 12-pan. And I thought, what better time to show you not only the BYOP that they send me as PR and do those swatches for you, but to also swatch out the Lethal Cosmetics shades that I already owned. Because guess what? There's a reason why I already own this 12-pan palette, because I already built myself some BYOPs in the past. And what was left of it, because not all of it fitted into this larger palette, so I did declutter a couple of them this spring, so I can link you to that video down below because I did film that for you. But I thought we could also swatch the shades in here, and I do think that one of the shades that was sent to me in PR was already in here, but it's okay. We're going to be building this 12-pan eyeshadow palette, but they sent me the 9-pan for funsies. But know that Lethal Cosmetics does this. You can get one of their palettes. This is what the new packaging looks like. And then you get them in these little sachets. I already took most of them out to see if they were okay. But these are the 3 shades that they send me afterwards. And then this is an older palette I still have by them. And this should fit 12 of their shades. So let me clean this up a bit because it's really gross. And then put together this 12-pan eyeshadow. Swatch those shades. And then we're going to look at what's in here. Okay, so here's the palette. It's not as messy as it was anymore. I do have a code for you guys as well, so if you want to do this yourself and get some shades and build your own palette, I will pop it on the screen right here and also put it in the description box down below. It is only valid for a few weeks, I believe, so it's not indefinite, so just so you know. And I'm actually really excited for this because one of the main things I've loved about Lethal Cosmetics is their BYOP system. It's one of the best things to do on a, like, if it's like a rainy day and you don't really have much to do with your time, it's so fun to just use their palette builder and just play around with the shades and see what they have on offer. You don't even have to buy it. It's just something I like to do sometimes for fun. I'm first going to take all of these shades out and then we're going to swatch. So those are all 12 shades laid out. I got some mattes ones in. When I built the big guy that you see here, my aim was to really buy purples, greens, and blues because I felt that that was what was missing from my own personal makeup collection back in the day. I now have plenty blue, green, and purple, but that's why that one is a lot more colorful. So I really wanted to try and make this more of a cohesive color story with the different shades that were in here. I did opt for Heliosphere. Sadly, that's one of the broken ones. That is just a little bit of an outlier, but I just thought it looked so beautiful in the swatch that I was like, I want to put that in there. So I think I want to put this matte down here. This dark, I'm going to forget these names, so I'll make sure to list all the names in the description box. This is Kindlewood, which is a nice deep dark brown. And then I want to put this matte called Pilgrim right here. So next up is Io. I'm not sure if my camera will focus on this one, but it's one of those shifting white to pink sort of shades. I thought that could be nice in this palette. This matte I want to put in next. Here is Calcination, which is a neutral after my heart. We all know it. And then I think I want to do this one. This is Hollow. In here. And then what I think I'll do, because this is an extra shade that I got, this is Alloy, which is this beautiful like metallic rose gold. I think it can be really pretty if I slot that in here. And then have Heliosphere, which is the broken one. And that one's right here. I don't want it to like get everywhere. Put that one there. Because I think what I want to do, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got six shades left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not gonna fit. Why did I think this was gonna fit? Nine plus 3 is 12, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, I've got 13, that's why. They send me an extra one or something. Then maybe I'm gonna have to find a space for Heliosphere in here, because I think it will go better with this than with these brown tones and the neutrals and the purples. I'm gonna have to get rid of something else, but I know that in the big guy, I have doubles with other parts of my collection anyway, so it's okay. Then I do think I want to pop this one here. I want to pop this one here. Oh wait, I need to tell you what these are. This one, this looks beautiful. This is Palladium, and it's like a silvery gold sort of thing. That's what I want to put here next to Alloy. And then this is Circadian. This is also one of the replacements that I was able to pick out because some of the shades got broken. So I think this will be pretty in here. And then I want to put this one. This is Zeolite. And that can go down here because it's also a lighter shade. And then I have Synth, which is a really beautiful, like, sparkly, purpley multi-chrome. I thought this is a shade I already had, but apparently I don't own it yet. And then this one, sadly, also came a bit broken. This is Pulsar. Focus. But these are really, really creamy, so I know they won't just fall out, you know? So Pulsar can go there. And then I have Nox, which is another, like, purpley shade. Which actually will go really nicely here, I think. It's actually almost the same as this one is. Oh, I already own Nox. So here's the old one, and here's the new one. Oh, so then maybe I can throw this one away. I'll swatch them side by side. So they now have this more like floral detail in their branding, and then Heliosphere I can pop in there instead of Nox because I don't need two shades that are identical. Yep, here's Synth. Here's the old version of Synth. So I have that one twice, but that's okay. I can swatch that one next to the new version as well. The new version does look a lot more sparkly. But let me then swatch new Nox next to old Nox just to see whether these are any different or not. That way we also have a comparison of the old and a new formula. So the old ones I've had for like 5+ years, so they have gotten a little drier over time, I feel. But here is the old formula, and here is the new formula. I feel the new formula is a little bit smoother, a little creamier. It's got a little bit more of a flash, but I do think that both of the shades are identical, so I really don't need both. These are too much the same to really warrant keeping both. So I'll put old Nox in here so the palette is complete. And then I'll swatch old Synth and new Synth together. So here's the old one. I am going to keep this one because I love this shade. This is really pretty. And then we have old Synth and new Synth together. So here's the new one. That's new Synth. Can I show you this? And then here's the old one. Ooh, those are really different. Really different. Not when I like look at this, they look the same this way, but I feel like one has more of a base than the other. The other one is a little bit more of that like lucid lavender sort of quality that I like from Touch of Glam. There we go. We've got two new Lethal palettes, so I put Heliosphere right here because I think it goes really well with these like yellowy sort of greens that I've got going on in this corner. So I think that way it blends nicely into the other palette, and then I'm just going to discard this one because A, it's broken, and B, it's too similar to something that's already in here. Let me swatch this palette for you. So let me hold it up to the camera. So here is that new palette that I built with the shades that were sent to me in PR. I do want to preface by saying that all of these shades I paid for with my own money, okay? Not that you think that all of this was sent to me. It's just this palette and the 13 shades that they sent me this time around. So let's do some swatches. Shall we start at the top? So here is what the top row looks like. So we have, this was, I already forgot what the shade was of this beige one. I remember this being IO or EO. It's one of those like translucent, very shiny things. I'm gonna tone down the brightness ever so slightly because I think you will be able to see the swatches better. This way you can see it a little bit better. It was too bright, the settings were. So those are the first two shades, and then we have Calcination and Hollow. I really like Calcination. I like that sort of pinkiness that it has. And then we'll do the second row. So this is Zeolite, which is a holographic shade. This is really, really pretty. I hope my camera does it justice in the swatch. This matte is Circadian, if I remember correctly. Circadian. Palladium, oh, that is like my new favorite shimmer. That is the perfect blend of a silver and a gold. It's like a really light gold and then with a silver reflect. It's so pretty. And then right next to it is Alloy. Like, these are the types of things that Lethal didn't do for a while. For a long time, back when I was still buying from them regularly, they mainly did mattes and satins, so that's what I have most. I did invest in some of their first multi-chromes when they started doing them, but these sort of metallic-y shades I don't have from them yet. I love the look of this palette. I'm gonna have to do looks with this and put it in a review for you in July because I know I'll love this. I'll play with this in July, don't worry about it. And then the bottom row, and then I'll swatch new NOx for you instead of the old one because this is the one you can currently buy, but like I said, mine shattered, so that's why I'm making a slightly different choice. So here's Synth, and then we'll do NOx, and then we'll do Pulsar, which I'm hoping to press in with my finger as well a little bit, because this is such a flexible, this new formula is so flexible, and I do think that Pulsar, because Pulsar is not a shade I picked for myself originally. They put it in because another shade I picked was out of stock, so they just gave it to me, they said. But I think it goes really well with this palette that I've built for myself. So here is Synth. And I do feel the new version, oh, look at that! I like both versions. I think the old version has a little bit more color to it. This has a little bit more translucency, which is actually more special. And then we'll swatch NOx right next to it. I'm doing a really terrible job showing you this, but there is Pulsar. And then, ooh, Kindlewood is that nice, deeper, cooler tone brown that I was hoping it could be. Look at this. Oh, look at that. I am loving that. This is such a cohesive color story as well. Like, I built myself a really good singles palette. What do you guys think? I like this. I really, really do. A little bit of warmth, just a touch, and then some really beautiful purpley tones, because we all know I like a purple, and then some really good cooler toned mattes and shimmers. Good job, me. Okay, so we swatched this palette. I zoomed you in a little bit, and now we're gonna go over to the big guy. Again, I don't remember all of the shade names from the top of my head, so I'm gonna have to take a peek as I'm talking you through it. Like I said, I did declutter some of my lethal shades because there were a few that couldn't quite fit into this palette, but I'm liking this one. Really, really, I'm liking this. Okay, so now we are going to go over to the big guy. I'm just going to start here, do the top row, take them out. I'm going to have to take them all out. This is Athelion. And this is a white to green sort of flippy shade. I'm going to have to go all the way up and down my arm with this, so that's why I'm swatching it like that. So I have no clue whether they still do all of these shades. This is Replica. That's Replica. This yellowy green is Relapse. It's a really nice sort of lime kind of color. And then of course we all know, if it looks like puke, I tend to like it. So this is Recluse, which is that perfect sort of crease shade where it's not too yellow, not too brown, not too green, but still really beautiful for any sort of grungy green look you might do. We have some deeper tones here, some berries. This is Rebirth. And we've got some bright pinks. This is Enigma. This is a matte. This is Capslock. And one of the best lighter purple mattes I've ever come across. This is Sequence. So, swatched, this is Enigma, Capslock, and Sequence. So, here's the top row. I'm going in some turquoisey greens then. This is Mirage, one of my favorite shades from Lethal. This is Venom. And a really good teal shimmer. This is Aether, or Ether. So swatched, here is Mirage, Venom, and Aether. A nice cocky green called Habitat. Here's that new shade, Heliosphere. This is one of the best multichromes I've ever seen. This is a really good purple. This is Evenfall. It's a warmer purple but with a blue flash. Here is Habitat, Heliosphere. It's like the sun in an eyeshadow. It's orange, it's pink, it's yellow. I hope my camera catches the shifts. It doesn't, I think. And here is Evenfall, which is that warmer purple. And then we have Descent and Synth, which I just compared to the new Synth. So here's Descent and here is Synth. And you can see that old Synth has more purple in its base. And then we're moving on to the third row. This is another multi-chrome by them. This is Singularity. Another multi-chrome by them. This is Retrograde. And a really good teal. This is Equilibrium. So starting on my wrist here is Singularity, Retrograde, and Equilibrium. Getting some greens in here. This is Nebula. This is another multi-chrome that they do. This is Cryptic. This is another interesting green shimmer. It's sort of like cocky olive green, but then it has this like yellow shimmer. And the best bright green shimmer of my life is Vertex. Nebula, Cryptic, and Vertex. Some more purples then. This is Revolve. And this is another really pretty one. This is Twilight. So there's Revolve, and here's Twilight. Next row down, we've got some blues in here. This is Aurora. This is Altitude. This is another shade that I could pick, but I remembered having it. And here's a navy called Night Long. That's Aurora, Altitude, and Night Long. Surge is a nice bright blue. This is Stargaze, which is a really interesting sort of like bluish purpley gray. And this is Night Call. We have Surge, We have Stargaze, and we have Night Call. Doesn't quite fit on my arm here. This is a really nice brighter purple matte. This is Wisteria, and we have Release. I'll pop these here. So here's Wisteria, and here is Release. And then a row of mostly mattes, but pretty murky mattes. I'm gonna try and swatch these like on the inside of my hand, I guess, so we can have everything in one place. This is Unity, which is almost like a burgundy, which you don't see often. So this is a special shade. This is Lithophyte, which is like a more muted version of Unity. This is Deceit, which is a nice grayish blue. So here's Unity. That's Lithophyte and Deceit. Another lighter version of a grayish blue is Insomnia. I also have Circadian double, I now see. But this is far more gray toned. Like the new version is much more purple. And here is a really nice shimmering gray. This is Rise from the Ashes. So that's Insomnia, Circadian, and Rise from the Ashes. And then we just have these rosy tones left. This is definitely different from other things I have in my entire makeup collection. This is Imago, I don't know how you're supposed to say that. And then this one is Trespass. So Imago and Trespass, which is a bit more of a like a plummy brown almost. So here are the swatches from the bottom row. These are the final two rows, and then here are all the swatches of this entire Lethal Cosmetics palette. So as you can see, a lot of bright options in here, because like I said, when I was building these BYOPs, what I was really looking for in my makeup collection were brighter blues, greens, and purples. So that's why I have those by them a lot, but I'm glad that I now have some more neutrally options as well as like those grungy tones at the bottom. I think are going to pair really, really well with the rest of my Lethal shades. But I do want to do one more swatch for you, taking everything off, because now that I know that I have Circadian twice, before I put everything back, ooh, very different. So here's new Circadian, and this is old Circadian. So this is the old one, and then here is the new one. The new one is lighter and has more purple. And there they are, my two Lethal palettes. I'm really chuffed with these. I'm really happy that I now have these. This looks stunning. I'm really happy with how this big guy looks, but also this one. I like that I now have some more neutral options by this brand, because that's something that was definitely missing, so that's what I went for mostly. And I definitely think that I've added some fun, like, pops of purple that I didn't own yet. And it's interesting to me, because this and this shade, like, they are the same. But you really wouldn't say that from, you know, just looking at them in the pan. So I'm glad I got to try some more Lethal Cosmetics, so thanks to them for sending this to me. I'm really grateful. I hope this was useful for you. If there are any other singles that you would like to see me like swatch, I definitely plan on doing a swatch video with my cool toned shimmer palette. That's something that's been requested, so I hope to do that later this month. If not, we're gonna do that in August, because August is gonna be all about eyeshadow here on the channel. We always do that. I mainly make it about eyeshadow palettes mainly, but I'm definitely going to throw in a couple of singles videos as well for you. So stay tuned, because I will be doing some swatches with some other singles as well. But if there's anything else you know I own singles-wise that you just want to see some swatches for, then I could definitely do that if it's something I already own. So thanks so much for watching me here today. Stay tuned, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye-bye!